What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today I'm going to take out the S1000RR that we just finished the full carbon install on. If you missed those episodes, I'll link them down in the description along with the playlist to the full build of everything that we've done on this bike so far. We've got a lot more to do, but everything that we've done so far. But yeah, we three-part series installing the full set of Ilmberger carbon on the bike. Motovation and Ilmberger hooked it up with all those parts. Huge thanks to them. The bike is, oh my. The bike is looking incredible. So here it is as it sits, full carbon installed. Just about every piece that Ilmberger offers. The only pieces that aren't on there that Ilmberger makes are pieces that I don't need because they're just like different choices that you can make for the different pieces. For example, this one right here, I kept the OEM side piece because I liked how it was separated, but they also sell one that integrates this whole section into one piece if you want that to be all carbon, but it loses kind of some of the contrast here with the actual line of having a second piece. So that's why I did that. We're gonna be painting this bike and leaving exposed carbon on some of the pieces. So you're still gonna be able to tell that it's got a lot of carbon on it, but it's gonna have a more unifying look. So of course we still got the white tank here and the white pieces here. But I haven't taken it out for a ride since installing all of those parts. I haven't even ridden the bike in probably, oh man, I don't know, 2 months, because we just moved, and I'll make a separate video talking about a lot of the stuff that's been going on and why videos in the past month have been a little bit sporadic. The garage is, I mean, it's not empty, but you can tell that stuff is happening. I got each of the other 3 bikes, the MT-09, the CRF 450R Supermoto, and the Honda Ruckus. If you're new to the channel, you don't know the other bikes that I currently have. We do have 2 more bikes that are in boxes. These ones over here and those ones over there make up 2 other bikes. Well, plus I got some pieces in a shed. A Grom and a CB300. That stuff is coming. But this is what we've got right now because I gotta move this stuff to my new house. But today, we're gonna be taking the S1000RR out because I'm taking it over to Motovation, keeping it there. It's gonna be on their showroom for a little bit while I get stuff over, because I also am gonna be doing the garage build series on the new house, doing floors, cabinets, walls, the whole shebang. So Motovation has been so gracious to take my S1000 for a little bit while I work on that garage. So I thought we'd take it out, see how it feels. Obviously it's gonna feel mostly the same because we just replaced it with carbon fiber pieces. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the bike, talk a little bit about the weight savings that we had on the bike with the carbon fiber, and yeah, I'll see you guys out on the bike. I have started the bike since installing all the carbon. Posted a little thing over on Instagram and TikTok. I finally made a post on TikTok. I've been a lurker for a while, but never posted anything. So if you want to follow me over there, I'm at Motonosity, obviously. Heck yeah, baby. Woo! Man. That's nuts. Oh, it feels good to be back on this thing. Guys, I haven't ridden a motorcycle in way too long. I gotta say, it's a little bit intimidating riding this thing. Not because of what it is, like I'm comfortable on the bike, but all the carbon that I just put on here, mentally it's like, holy crap, I cannot go down on this bike anymore. Not that I could before, but like now especially so. By the way, I've had quite a few people lately ask me about my GoPro setup and what I'm using, my mic, my whole setup, what settings I use, which GoPro I use. So if you want me to make a dedicated video for that, I haven't made a setup video in quite a long time, primarily because not a whole lot has changed except for some of the settings that I use and the fact that I use an ND filter now on the camera. But yeah, if you guys want me to make that, let me know. Whew, I miss this thing. Just like casually having so much power is ridiculous. So yeah, let's talk about the carbon. Like I said, it's carbon fiber, full carbon, that matches the weave of the carbon fiber wheels that come on the M Sport, the M package on the S1000. All made in Germany. It's beautiful. The fitment is spot on. So nice. I think there was only one or a couple spots where I had a little bit of difficulty compared to even like OEM fairings that I've used in the past on bikes. It's great. But I got it all from Motovation, and I'll link it all down in the description. So if you guys want any of the pieces that I got on here, you can get it for yourself, no matter what bike you have. They make it for different bikes, not just the S1000. Ooh, don't want to run into this guy. Clutchless downshifts. Let's get them. So clean. Man, this bike is something else, y'all. So I wasn't expecting to really save a whole lot of weight switching to carbon fiber fairings, because I mean, plastic fairings as is don't weigh that much, but I did save a couple pounds. There were a few parts that I completely forgot to actually weigh, but everything else I weighed down to like the 1,000th of a pound, and I have a full spreadsheet. Like I said, I'm going to be painting this thing. Not personally, I'm going to be having it painted, but I've narrowed it down to some different color schemes, but I haven't made a final decision. So I might be posting like a little poll or something in a story on my Instagram. So if you guys want to follow me over there, I'm at Motonosity. I'm at Motonosity everywhere. I think I want to take y'all's input on which route I go. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. I couldn't tell if that guy was trying to be polite or if his light was turning red. You ever just accelerate just so you can downshift? Because I definitely do. A lot. I want to say I saved about 2.5 pounds, and that includes adding the frame covers and the swing arm covers that aren't removing anything, they're just adding weight. But everything together I saved 2 or 3 pounds, which honestly isn't a whole lot. That's the difference between like me pooping in the morning or not, but it all adds up. A pound here, a pound there, and all of a sudden you've got 20-30 pounds that you've shed from the bike. Hello, hello. What do you think? Honestly,
Cover.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's good.
I was surprised. Like, I was real nervous about the frame covers and the swing arm covers for what I would have to remove to actually get them on, but it wasn't difficult at all. And you're right, those rear sets are so simple. I mean, for how easy they are to replace. 2 bolts, pop them off, and that's it. And honestly, I thought the tank was gonna stick out like a major sore thumb, and it does a little bit. But you could totally run this.
For sure.
And the guys that like Griff that just run the Bellypan, having that be full carbon, I think that looks really good.
That looks really good.
All right, guys, so I got the full list right here of every single piece of carbon fiber that I put on, along with the weight of what was put on and the weight of what was taken off. And I've split it off by every single piece. So if there was bolts or clips included on an OEM piece that I took off, then those little pieces are included as well. Every ounce that came off and every ounce that was put on is in this list. There were a few pieces that I forgot to weigh. For example, the swing arm covers that I put on, I didn't remember to weigh those. When I get a chance, and Motovation has more of those in stock and the other pieces that I forgot to weigh, I will weigh those. But I put estimates in here based on the other pieces that I put on or took off, so it's gonna be pretty darn close. And there weren't that many pieces that I didn't remember to weigh. To start out, we have the left and right tank side panel. That's a really large piece that stems from the front of the tank all the way down the sides under the rider seat. That was a savings of about 1/10 of a pound each. Next, we've got the left and right tail side cowling. Those are the actual white pieces on the tail that you see with the red and the blue. That was about another 1/10 of a pound each. We have the carbon fiber rear hugger, which included the actual hugger along with the chain guide. That was another savings of about 1/10 of a pound. Then the front fender, which was I think the first thing that I put on, that was a savings of 4/10 of a pound, or almost 50% of the weight of the OEM piece. Then we got the under tail cover, which is the black piece where the license plate will mount up to. That was another 1/10 of a pound. Then we have the upper tail cover that goes around where the rear seat is. That was about a 20th of a pound. Up at the front of the tank, we have the center tank cover. That's the OEM piece that's blue right there at the front. That was another savings of 1/10 of a pound. Now the front fairing, this was the piece that combined two different pieces into one, and so it was a pretty large savings. That saved a pound from the bike. The right side air outlet, this is a piece that breaks on a lot of people's bikes, and so a lot of people are replacing these, and a lot of people are replacing them with the carbon fiber piece. That was another savings of about 20th of a pound. Now the belly pan, this was the heaviest piece that we put on. It was 1.7 pounds. It was the only main piece that actually increased weight based on what I took off, kind of. The reason being is that it filled out a space that didn't have any OEM piece on the bike originally, because it removed two pieces on the side, but those two pieces didn't continue to the rear. That's why a lot of people like putting this belly pan on, because once you put on an aftermarket exhaust, it's really empty at the rear of the bike. So this belly pan fills out that area, but it only added about 1/10 of a pound. And actually, if you include the carbon fiber piece that I removed from the Austin Racing exhaust kit, that carbon fiber piece comes with it, that weighed about 0.8 pounds. So if I take that into account, I actually saved 0.7 pounds with putting the belly pan on. Next, we got the left and right inner fairing. That's the kind of scooped part to the left and the right of the tank. That was another about 1/10 of a pound each. The left and right side panels, those are the main white pieces on each side of the bike. Those were nearly 1/2 a pound each. And then we've got the frame covers and the swing arm covers for a total of about 1.5 pounds that was added. And that's because they weren't taking anything off. It was just adding pieces on. And these are estimates because I didn't weigh 3 of these pieces. I only weighed 1 of the frame covers. But if anything, it's less than the 1.5 pounds that I'm estimating here. The sprocket cover saved about 1/10 of a pound. I haven't installed the water pump cover because I don't have it yet. The ignition rotor cover actually added about 2/10 of a pound. The ignition rotor cover actually added a couple tenths of a pound because there was no piece there to begin with. And then the wire harness cover saved about 1/20 of a pound. So altogether, I added 9.93 pounds. I removed 11.64 pounds. That's a savings of 1.7 pounds or 15% of weight I removed and weight I put on. A couple other numbers that you might be interested in. Of the pieces where it was a direct replacement of carbon fiber for an OEM piece, so not including the frame covers or the swing arm covers, it was an average savings of 26% of each piece that I took off. And the total amount that I've currently saved off of everything that I've removed and put on, I've saved 20.5 pounds. Pretty awesome. Again, I've mentioned before, putting on the carbon fiber wasn't exclusively about a weight savings because I really wasn't expecting to save that much, and we only saved about 1.7 pounds. It's kind of what I expected. I only expected to save about a couple pounds. It was really for cosmetic reasons. And I've said before as well that, you save a pound here and a pound there, it's not much. But when you've done all these different weight savings measures, it adds up. And that's how we're sitting at 20.5 pounds. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope that was informative. If you enjoyed it and you like that info, make sure you hit that like button. If you wanna see any of the installs for the carbon fiber, I did a 3-part series of that. I'll link those 3 videos down below along with a playlist link to every video we've done building the 2020 S1000. You guys have been awesome. Again, huge thanks to Ilmberger and Motovation for hooking me up with the carbon fiber that we installed. You guys have been awesome. I've been Motonosity. Remember, life's better with horsepower. Keep life lived, and I'll see you guys in the next one.